Hi everyone, welcome back. In this session we are going to cover about the cloud computing and its basics, and also we are going to touch upon the capex and opex models and various consumption models that are in Azure. Okay, so coming back, what is cloud computing? So cloud computing is nothing but on demand availability of any of the computing resources, such as like you take an example of the virtual machine, you take an example of the virtual private networks, you take an example of the blob storage, you take a file storage, or any networking components. So you take any of the examples which are required for on computing resources which are available on demand is nothing but cloud computing. Okay, so to better explain, I will go with a simple example. Let's say you are a normal business user and currently you are hosting a small business for your requirement, which is having one machine, okay, which has like a all the software is hosted in this particular virtual machine, or let's say even a desktop or a laptop. Okay, just think for now as this as a server. Okay, so let's say for for let's say for example you want to write from starting of the procuring this laptop or the server, and you build the laptop with the hardware, and you upgrade the OS and you maintain the application on top of it. So how much amount of the cost you are spending on this, right? So that is nothing but the entire on-prem hosting charges, as well as the maintenance. Let's say if you want to upgrade, if there are any new versions of the software will come or the OS will come, you have to upgrade, you have to any new security patches will come, you have to maintain that, right? So all those will come as part of the on-prem related cost, which is nothing but the we call as a capital expenditure or the capex. So now in cloud there is no such expenses, as in like, because almost all the components you don't need to manage. So everything in a fraction of seconds or minutes you can get a VM, you can get a virtual private network, you can get a cloud storage, you can get a uh, whatever component that is required to run your business, you can just spin up in fraction of seconds to minutes. Okay, that is the power of cloud computing. Okay, and so let's say in this example, let's say you are hosting your all the data and the software in your hardware on an on-prem environment. Okay, and for some reason, let's say this got shut down, or due to some power failure this is not working. So all your users will get impacted. Uh, they will start facing the issue until and unless again you already have a built-in infrastructure that will support in some other environment or some other place, right? So this is called the high availability. That means any point of failures on either the hardware or the software of the machine or the computing resources or the software, which can be on any single point of failure can be avoided. That is, you are accommodating with high availability. So that means the same infrastructure you have to maintain in some other place uh, to make your business up and running. Okay, so the same thing we can applicable to the cloud, where the inbuilt cloud infrastructure will support high availability. Suppose the similar kind of infrastructure can be done in the cloud computing as well with minimal cost. Now coming to the scalable part, Okay, so let's say your uh, business requirement will change on day-to-day basis, right? It will not remain the same as today, and after 1 week it will change again. After 1 month you want to scale up, you want to add a couple of more hardwares, couple of more softwares based on your requirement. So for that you need to do it in on-prem. You have to again you have to keep a lot of cost in upfront for procuring those resources and building the software on top of it. However, in case of the uh, cloud computing, you can just spin up the resources in 5 minutes. Azure admin can do it in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and coming to the disaster recovery, like as I mentioned, if there is any failures at any point in time, so the recovering that site from the failure is nothing but the disaster recovery. Okay, this, there are more lot of options that are provided even in the Azure cloud, like site recovery, the entire data recovery. There are a lot of options available which will help you to get this disaster recovery in case of any natural disasters like the earthquake, or which are separated by physical distance, uh, or the geographical regions actually. Okay, and elasticity is nothing but, for example, you want two servers to run in the starting of the week, and you want to run 10 servers at the end of the month because of the workload. So that kind of maintain support is very difficult to maintain uh, in case of the on-prem environment, because uh, because of the problems in configuring the environment. However, in case of the uh, cloud, there are so many options. You can scale up, scale down the on based on the various conditions. You can add virtual machines, you can add the computing resources based on the user requirement, and that will ease your business requirement and save cost. Yeah, so that's it. Most of the things related to the cloud computing basics, and next one is about the capex and operating expenditure. So for example, if you open the uh, Microsoft azure.microsoft.com center, and there is a option to calculate how much of the cost you are paying for the your hardware cost. So for example, let's say you are paying some $1,000, right? I'm just giving you a very small example. Let's say you are paying $1,000 for a server and the upfront. However, if the similar cost, if similar kind of infrastructure you want to maintain in the cloud, you can calculate how much amount of the time it takes by going to this tab called pricing calculator, which will give the difference of how much amount of this you can save by going into the cloud. So in this case, what I have done is I have just added a uh, virtual machine which is in. So also this cost will differ from region to region. For example, right now I chosen West US. So and with a basic configuration of the standard tier, and uh, 2 vCore CPUs and 8 GB RAM. So if I choose as a pay as you go, it will list me this much amount of this one money. And if you choose the license included, it will give you this much. See, $152.62. And also there are various options to save money when you go for like a reserved instances. That means you are going to pay upfront or reserve these resources for next 1 year. You are going to save 32% of the discount on that, which means on monthly cost you will save a lot of money. Similarly, as you reserve for 3 years, then also you can save a lot of money. Similarly, there is another option called Azure Hybrid Benefit, where licensed users, from enterprise license users, they will get a lot of benefit. That also, if you already have it, you can just choose that. That will save a lot of money. So using this pricing calculator, you can just estimate how much amount of the money that will come monthly for your workloads. Okay, that's it. I just wanted to have a quick overview on the cloud computing and the capex and opex models in this. And the consumption model is nothing but the pay as you go, what we say, monthly bills we call. So as and when we start using the resources, the Microsoft will send you the bill for the usage of the resources. So that's called the consumption based model, that is explained here. All right, that's it in this session for now, and we'll catch up with the next session. Thank you.